The Romans built an empire that stretched from Scotland to Syria. They gave us aqueducts, roads, and laws. But they also believed that an itchy palm could predict your financial future, and that a sneeze to your left was a terrible omen. Welcome to a world where history gets weird. Today, we're counting down the top weirdest Roman superstitions that they absolutely lived by. Let's start with a life or death one, military strategy by chicken. This practice was called taking the auspicia. Before a major battle, a priest would feed a sacred flock of chickens. If they ate greedily, letting the food fall from their beaks, excellent sign. Victory is assured, but if the chickens refuse to eat, disaster. The battle must be postponed. The historian Cassius Dio wrote that one admiral, faced with hungry chickens before a naval battle, threw them overboard, shouting, "If they won't eat, let them drink." He sailed out and promptly lost the entire fleet. Don't mess with the battle chickens. One of the most peculiar and widespread charms was the fascinus, a winged phallus amulet. These were seen as powerful wards against the evil eye and ill will. They were worn as pendants, hung in gardens, on doorways, and even adorned the bottoms of lamps. It was the ancient Roman equivalent of a lucky rabbit's foot, but far more anatomical. Whenever Romans faced a big decision, like going to war or appointing a new emperor, they consulted a haruspex. These were priests who would sacrifice animals and then examine their entrails, particularly the liver, for omens. The shape, color, and marks on the organs would reveal the will of the gods. Imagine trying to predict the future by poking around in a sheep's liver. Definitely not a job for the faint of heart or stomach. On the darker side, Romans had a strong belief in curses. Defixiones, or curse tablets, were common. Lead tablets inscribed with curses meant to invoke deities or spirits to harm an enemy, a rival, or a thief. These were often rolled up and nailed to graves or thrown into wells. There was also a fear of restless spirits and the dead. Necromancy, the consulting of the dead, was officially forbidden but secretly practiced. Odd numbers were generally considered lucky, especially 3 and 7. Even numbers were often seen as unlucky. Purple, thanks to its rarity and expense, the dye came from murex snails, became the color of emperors and was associated with power and good fortune. White was for purity, and red was often associated with protection, like the red paint they put on legionary shields. They even believed certain gemstones had protective powers. If you enjoyed this dive into ancient history's weirder side, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more fascinating facts, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.